Now back to Peter Greenberg Worldwide.
52 minutes after the hour, Peter Greenberg with you here from the Cardiff Castle in Cardiff in Wales. Taking your calls at 888-887-3837. That's 888-88-PETER. And if you can't get through on the phones, you know the drill. You email me to peter@petergreenberg.com with your name, phone number, question, or problem. We'll solve it right here on the air. Let's do one here from Patty Johnson, who writes, thanks to you, Peter, we got our global entry cards before going to Switzerland, and we came back through customs in Newark, and it was a breeze. However, we thought a global entry card also gave us TSA PreCheck and find out that's not the case. How do we get TSA PreCheck? Well, actually, you do have it. You just have to register for it. On the back of your global entry card, you'll see a traveler number. And that traveler number, you need to go on to the website of the airline that you're booking, and literally there's a place for you to have that number online in your reservations information. You should do that with every airline where you have any kind of relationship, or whenever you make your reservation, they will ask you for it. And once you put that number in, then once you get your boarding pass, it actually is generated with a TSA PreCheck stamp on it, and you're on your way. However, you're right. Global entry is the best item ever invented, at least in the last 10 years when it comes to airline and airport security. It allows you to really clear back easily. It's a government program that actually works. I'm in shock, but it does. Hey, something else that also works right here in Cardiff, also in Wales, you know, they get a big shout out for something, because whenever I travel anywhere, the very first thing I'm doing is I'm trying to find Wi-Fi. I'm trying to find connectivity. I'm trying to get online, because we are all connectivity addicts. And guess what you find in Cardiff? The whole city is Wi-Fi. It's all free. It's amazing. I mean, you couldn't be more receptive, speaking of reception, than to have a city that figures out what people really need. So they get a big high five from me and a big shout out from me saying thank you so much, because you're not going to be stranded here. You're not going to have to worry about somebody charging you an arm and a leg for something that you should be getting anyway. And if they're, people will go without dinner if they can get their Wi-Fi. If they don't get their Wi-Fi, they get armed and dangerous. So thank you, Wales, and thank you, Cardiff. And that's a perfect segue to my next guest, because he specializes in wireless communications. Company called wirelesstraveler.com. His name is Ian Benson. Hey, Ian.
Hey, Peter. How are you?
Good. And, we talk about Wi-Fi, but we also talk about being able to communicate from everywhere. I have basically a little Wi-Fi card that I had from Sprint that I use in the United States. Doesn't work over here, of course. Your card does, which is great. But it allows you to do all sorts of things that would save you time. It's wonderful when you can save time and it's expedient, but it also makes sense. Just having a smartphone doesn't necessarily make you smart. And you have a system where you don't have to necessarily go, when you land, to go to a place and buy a SIM card or rent a SIM card or rent a phone. You have your little device and you're wired in, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the most perfect thing because, again, safety and security, number one. Especially in this day and age, you got to stay. Everybody wants to be connected, and whether you're a millennial traveler or whether you're a retiree, and that brings me in my age as well. I mean, basically everybody wants to be connected, and that little pocket Wi-Fi that keeps everybody connected. So even the guys around you are connected if you want to share the password with you, and that's the nice thing about that.
Right,
it's
but
let me protected.
But let me go beyond that, because we just did a story recently about Wi-Fi insecurity, and that is all these public places that you think you're okay, where they have Wi-Fi, like the Grand Canal in Venice, or right there in Times Square, or a lot of major public places that might offer Wi-Fi that's free, even some of the airports. It doesn't stop people from being able to access your identity or get information about yourselves. And the one thing I will tell you, I use free Wi-Fi wherever I can get it, okay? I'm a slut for Wi-Fi. That's what I am. But the one thing I will tell everybody is this. If you're going to do it, don't do any email or financial transactions on your Wi-Fi at that particular point, especially when they're asking you for any kind of password or encryption code, or whether you're ever given any kind of other data like your credit card information or any other kind of financial information, because it's so easy right now for somebody to basically hack into that and take whatever they need from you. And once that starts, you've been compromised, and recovering from that can take weeks, if not months.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the reason for that, I mean, again, I think you're absolutely right. I jump onto free Wi-Fi. I normally jump on the free Wi-Fi for calling, actually, because there's nothing to be taken, there's nothing to be stolen, unless you don't want somebody to eavesdrop on your call or whatever. But, you know, if it's chatting with the family and whatever, good luck to them for listening. But you're absolutely right. It's more to do with financial transactions, credit card. Never put your credit card in on free Wi-Fi. And the main reason is, and a lot of people say, oh, I'm staying in a 5-star hotel. They have Wi-Fi. I'm sure it's very secure there. It's absolutely not a guarantee. Doesn't matter if it's 1 or 5-star hotels. It's about the system they use in most public Wi-Fi in hotels and airports and whatever are called public Wi-Fi. They use what they call an open system. They leave it open the whole time.
I gotcha. Ian Benson from wirelesstraveler.com. Got to cut you off there because we're out of time for the entire show. Got to thank a lot of people. Jeff Ryder doing the boards in Connecticut. Our producer, Dara Stone. Tim Hill handling the boards right here in Cardiff. Helith Williams and the entire staff of Visit Cardiff and Visit Wales. We love you guys. We'll be back next year. You know we will. Until next week, everybody. See you later.
You've been listening to Peter Greenberg Worldwide. Visit our website at www.petergreenberg.com.